the thought of running a card show would be so foreign to me 2 years ago. But here I am, first show, massive buzz. Everyone's like, how are you following it up? And that's why we're going to Ontario right now to figure it out.
The sports card industry is unique. There's nothing else like it on earth. It's built upon sports, it's built upon passion, and it's based on collecting. So I love it. It's just the best business in the world. After 30 years in this business, my passion has never been greater, and this business as a whole has never been stronger. It's the Card Father here, and I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. But if we had both, which we're looking to have in Q3, this would be a usable space for us as well.
Okay, so you'd have the whole facility?
We would have both sides of what we're looking at for Labor Day.
This is both XL A and B, so it's just massive.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, we're looking at 10-foot aisles, correct?
Yeah. So the one I was basing off the floor plan, I thought it was A and B.
That's it.
It was only B.
Oh,
So now I have more space.
so this is definitely.
It's crazy, right? We want to have a corporate presence here that most shows don't. And I think with the activations these different corporate sponsors can have will drive more traffic. Judging by the extension that we could get from the massive tent that they're talking about, the extension that we can get from the extra 20,000 feet along the way, and the other space within the building, this is someplace we can be for a while. And with the National not coming out here for a while, we can certainly grow this thing.
We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go.
First thoughts is it's a beautiful facility. It's first class. It just looks great. So much glass, so much open air, and just wow. But then you walk into the room and you're just looking around going, this is massive. And it is. It's close to 5 times the floor that the Burbank show was at the Marriott in Burbank. And it's just, we can do so many things with that space. Beckett will be doing on-site grading, not just raw card review, but bringing the machines to Ontario. They haven't had machines in Southern California since 2006, the last time they did the National. The only other show they do this for is the National. With all the shows out there, they've chosen us on just our second show. In the hotel situation, we were just at the host hotel going over all the logistics there, and they're willing to give us a nice big room block. It's a beautiful hotel. It's really nice. It's first class, and it's literally next door. And there's 2 other hotels that are literally within a 5-minute walk. Wow. And then there's like another 10 hotels that are within a $10 Uber. So there's plenty of space. You have the international airport. It's right next door. It's like 5 minutes from there. And again, direct flights from most parts of the country. We're hoping this is the start of something big. It's like starting a whole new event. It's one of those things where we always think big. You got to think big. You know, it's go big or go home, right? Yeah, so we have a tremendous flow of cards that come through here. Ryan and Ray literally buy all day long, and it's things from $20,000 cards to 50-cent cards, everything in between. So
if we're physically tagging things with like, hey, this is what I paid for it, this is what I want to price it at, it's staying here.
The higher end stuff generally stays here at the retail store. And also we keep a lot of the dollar cards here as well, because we have sections by player, sections by year, vintage cards, all of that.
So it either goes in the fishbowl, which is 100 and under, or it finds its way into one of these cases, and then we give it the time to go, and if it doesn't go, it goes to eBay.
So if they're buying graded or premium raw cards, they'll just give me a box, everything's fully priced, so I'll just, launch it that way.
And then if it doesn't go on eBay, then, a month or two down the line, we'll revisit the card and we'll give it like a little haircut. And then at that point, it'll probably go.
Sports cards are kind of weird that way as far as what trends they follow economically, stock market. We've seen with crypto, the rise and fall of crypto. We've seen the rise and fall of card values. They kind of stay together. Stock market, economy, yeah, for the most part, they're tied to it. But COVID was like that one example where they should have dumped, and they did the exact opposite. But I think that's more of an anomaly.
That it can change any day. I left yesterday and, it was just a normal day. And then Ryan texted me a couple of hours later. He has a $20,000 card on my desk waiting for me for the next day. I launched a $125,000 card and I'm just like staring at it. I never thought I would see that mantle. It's just right in front of my face. So it's interesting, yeah.
In the modern market of 2022, cards and stocks are quite similar because they're based on player performance, just like they're built on business performance for a stock. This was always based on two main things, supply and demand. If more people were buying, the price would go up. If they weren't, cards go down. Today, news just simply travels faster with technology. Cards are being tracked on Card Ladder and eBay and different sites where every sale is tracked by the minute in a lot of cases. Steph Curry throws up 50 points and hits 13 threes. His cards are going to be on the rise. Aaron Judge tacks another home run onto his record pace. The cards will go up, but just as fast as they go up, they can certainly go down as well. Zion Williamson, biggest name in the hobby, gets hurt, misses a season. Cards can drop 30 to 40%. Trade rumors, trouble with the law, prices will drop. But sometimes it's just a buzz among collectors that can drive the price of cards. With all that said, you need to educate yourself. Do your homework just like you would if you're getting into the stock market. Sports card collecting is a passion. It's not a cold financial instrument of something that you can't touch. A stock isn't a memory. A trading card is a memory. It's an event. It's something that it's hard to put into words, but it's certainly not a stock. But it shouldn't just be about the money. It should be you enjoy the card. I enjoy looking at the card. I want to collect the card. It's a term that's not used enough in this industry. It's collect, because this industry was built on collecting things. So we have Jeromy Murray here, not just the president of Beckett, but someone I've been close to for 2 decades now. And you started at Beckett how many years ago?
22 this September, which is crazy to think about. It's amazing how it's changed in 22 years.
But not just that, the industry in general is just, it's crazy. You walk the floor, I would have to say 90% of the people on that floor we didn't know 3 years ago.
It is incredible how the demographic has changed. Not only more females,
right,
but the younger crowd filming everything. There's constantly something going on,
right,
that you're going to see it somewhere else,
online
somewhere. It's incredible. Dr. Beckett started the magazine in '84, and it's definitely changed since then, where everyone chased the Beckett price guide and looked through there to see the up arrows and what their cards were doing. Now everything is in your hand. You're looking at immediate, instantaneous updates on that.
Yeah, it's not waiting a month for the next Beckett to
No,
see if the arrow went
no.
up and down or a quarter here and a quarter there. It's just like your company has just evolved over the years. And
The last 2 years through the pandemic, it's sort of been quiet. We're just trying to catch up on the backlog. But in the background, we're working on, it's a couple of things, a lot more tech-oriented business that we talked about with the guys here in this industry now need instantaneous updates and information. So working on that on the back end to bring Beckett, sort of dust Beckett off a little bit. Everything that is involved with the hobby doesn't have to go through a magazine per se to say, hey, here's the Beckett value, but it's run through Beckett in some form or fashion. That could be grading, that could be autograph authentication with BAS, now comic book grading with CBCS that we have added onto the team. We just added VHS DNA, which blows my mind.
yeah, that's even a thing. I mean, it's crazy.
There is such massive value in VHS. And I said, you're going to have to start going to garage sales in these 50-cent bins down there looking to see
That's
what is
insane
down
to
there.
me. And you haven't even mentioned the vault.
The vault. Oh my gosh. I'm going to get in so much trouble for mentioning that. So everybody says, oh, so everybody has a vault. Our vault is incredible. Like I walked into that the other day, and it launched a couple of days ago, and it's like a museum. The cards, the comic books that we have in there right now, it is incredible to see that in there.
My relationship with Beckett goes back into the mid-'90s. And I got a phone call back from the late Mark Harwell, just my big buddy. He had an idea back in 1998, 1999 about creating a marketplace for selling singles.
Yeah.
And that conversation changed my life.
Yeah.
Because literally, he wanted my inventory in their database where Beckett could drive traffic to sell my cards.
Yeah.
And it took me from being just a local card shop to being a global card shop almost overnight.
Yeah.
And now I've got 42 million cards
crazy.
powered by your software.
Yeah.
You know, you guys really, to me, have always been the hub of the industry because there's no database like yours.
Agreed.
You have more information from more sales over more decades than any of these companies can imagine.
Yeah.
And you're starting to unlock all that information now.
Correct.
Dude, thank you so much for taking
Oh
the
my
time.
gosh, it was an honor, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm looking forward to the next event, which is bigger and better than.
We're going to have a big Beckett setup,
Love
man.
it.
Got you on camera now.
Love it.
Nice. We've only got 2 words for you guys. Card
Card
Father
Father
out.